say anything.
Yeah, it's live. Iron works again.
And I think we should be live. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Assetto Corsa Offline Championship here at the legendary British Silverstone circuit for the British Grand Prix. In the commentary box today is me, as always, Miran FG. Joining me in the commentary box is Rowan. Say hello.
Hello Miran, good to have you back. I was commentator for F2 and now you're back with me in the F1 commentator booth, so that's really nice, to be honest. Have someone to talk to as well. And yeah, good to hear you again.
Yeah, commentating with two different people commentating with a co-commentator makes life much easier, especially for one that has commentated quite a long while. It does, you do run out of things to say quite easily. But this British Grand Prix, we have 20 drivers, one new driver. Here he is actually. On our screens, Danish Victor Albom, the young rookie, makes his first debut. The F2 race winner replaces Blake Moore, who goes to Williams to replace Nino Tempestini, who has left the Williams team. So we have two new driver changes for this F1 season. We have a completely new rookie in the American Haas outfit, as he's currently out on track. But before we get on with anything, let us talk about this circuit. So the legendary Silverstone circuit, nicknamed the home of British motor racing. So 5.891 kilometers of this legendary track. Where am I? Yeah, 18 turns, 2 DRS zones, 1 down the Wellington Straight and 1 down the Hangar Straight, which has been recently renamed to the Hamilton Straight. First Grand Prix was back in 1950. This circuit hosted the first ever Formula One Grand Prix when Giuseppe Farina won this race in its Alfa Romeo 158. A one lap record of 1:27.097, and this circuit many legendary corners. I can name them: Stowe, Copse, Maggots and Beckett's, Chapel, Woodcut, all of them. The list goes on. This circuit certainly provides very fun corners, and always provides action year on year. But now we have the first times coming in. So first 3 people have a lap time. It is Victor Albom, or no, sorry, 4 now, as Davos Daniel tops him. 5, that is, as Dennis Graf tops him now. So it's Graf, Daniel, Albom, Kulasek, and Andrew Glock, who have set the first 5 lap times. But not a particularly bad lap time from Albom, as there is Blake Moore, his first ever outing for Williams in the ACOC. Blake looks good in Williams colors, I must say. As there he is driving around in the number 19 car. The car that once belonged to Nino Tempestini now belongs to Blake Moore, so is quite good. But Victor Albom, P4, as his teammate Protziuk, almost a second slower, so that is really good pace from the Dane, as we are seeing a few times come in. But Rowan, I would like to hear your predictions for pole.
Well, I must admit, both the Williams look very strong. As I said, of course they get topped. Very ironic there. But the Williams looks very strong. Pretty much the home team here. But also the Red Bulls really give me a good feeling so far. They have been successful here multiple years before. We've seen, of course, Sepp Vettel and Mark Webber dominate here in their Red Bull years. really dominate on the Silverstone circuit. So right now, Mohamed Patel in the Red Bull is setting a good lap time in. He's really finding his groove right now, the young Patel. Won in Austria already, and now here's again. So Patel gives me a really good vibe, to be honest.
Yeah, Patel. If he continues this, as you said, he is really finding his groove now. He won in Austria and now holds provisional pole. So he is really showing signs of improvement, and I do think he could emerge as a good challenger to the championship battle. But he holds pole now by quite a sizable gap. So Patel is looking to take that third pole of his ACOC career. Obviously, he took pole in the Nürburgring as well, but he was denied the win after a collision with Darabos Daniel. As here is our championship leader at the moment, Miran Evji, currently sits in P3. He leads the championship by, I believe, 11 points. So it is not a very big gap. But in second is Dennis Graf, who sits in P2. So the Ferrari battle is on quite a lot. Jesper Johansson lost out in the last two races in Austria and Azerbaijan, where Jesper DNF'd after a coming together with his teammate on both Baku and Austria. He DNF'd in Baku after I think it was a failure of some sort, and in Austria he finished a lowly P8 after colliding with Gamba on the start. So not the last two races he would have wanted to have, considering his championship hopes, as he's lost out P2 to Dennis Graf, but he will be wanting to reclaim that. Or no, he's down to P5 in the championship standings. So Patel just edges him out in P4 by 1 point, and Darabos Daniel, 79 points, sits in third at the moment. As here is the debutant the debutant for Williams, Blake Moore, currently sits in P7. So he is ahead of his Williams teammate Josef Fredrik Suto, and he's actually on really good pace. He's only he's under a tenth behind Jesper Johansson, actually. So I am quite impressed with his pace, as he now starts a lap of the Silverstone circuit into turn 1. I do believe this is called Abias. There's someone coming out of the pit lane. That is Miran Evji. So
that's Dennis Graf, I think. Ooh, Graf.
No, that is Graf, and they actually make contact. So Graf is holding him up quite a lot. Blake must be really frustrated with that. He wants to perform good at his first race, or first qualifying for Williams.
And the home Grand Prix as well.
Yes, this is the home Grand Prix for many drivers, actually.
Let's list them all for a quick moment, actually.
Yeah, Mohamed Patel, Blake Moore, and Mohamed Patel, Rahul Patel, Blake Moore, and Lewis McIntyre all have their home Grand Prix this weekend. McLaren and Williams have their home Grand Prix as well. So Williams sits in P7 and P8, so it is not bad.
Not to forget that most teams have their factories here as well. I believe only the Ferrari powered cars don't have their factories here, so it's really close. They're not far from home, I should say.
Yeah, Toro Rosso, I think it is Toro Rosso and Ferrari who don't run factories in Italy. Ferrari based out of Maranello, obviously, and Toro Rosso based out of where the former Minardi team used to be before they bought it out and rebranded it to Toro Rosso. So they reside in the small town of Faenza, but all the teams are Britain based, if that is, or based in Britain, if that's how you could phrase it. But let's look at the timing screens at the moment. So some notable standouts are Victor Albom in P11. So it is really, really good from his debut. I have to be honest, first time in the Haas F1 car since pre-season testing in Bahrain. It was, and there's Julia Cisetti, who goes in P13, just behind her Toro Rosso teammate Courtney Simpson, who is in P12. But the top 5 goes as following. It is Mohamed Patel, then it is Graf and Evgy, the 2 Ferraris, then it is Daniel, and then it is Klaus. So they aren't separated by quite a lot, actually. Especially the 2 Ferraris, only hundreds separate the 2 Italian cars. But other than that, it is quite calm, actually, for qualifying at the moment.
I must admit, I'm very impressed with what Blake Moore is doing at Williams right now. He's driving a completely different car, let's be honest. No practice sessions either, and he's instantly faster than his teammate. That's by 8 tenths. That's huge, especially for considering that they both don't run practice. But Suto has had more time to settle in with the whole way the engine works and the steering wheel and stuff. So I admit, Moore is doing really well right now.
That's right. There's Evgy who takes pole, but Blake Moore actually beating out the senior Mercedes-powered car of Johansson. So that is, as there's Evgy just going over the curb there. Might be a bit of damage to his car, but I don't know for sure yet, as that was Daniel improves on his lap time. But it is not enough to go up the positions yet. But I have to admit, it is really, really impressive from Blake Moore up into P6 as Courtney Simpson goes up into P8. That's going to put him into the points. But Blake Moore in P6 in the Williams, that's a completely new power unit, as the Haas is Ferrari powered and the Williams is Mercedes powered. So Moore has definitely attracted some of the possibly higher ups of Mercedes, or at least definitely a Williams for 2018, but we will have to wait and see, as Mohamed Patel responds to Evgy's pole time, retakes provisional pole, as Alexander Arnold now goes P8 in the Force India. His teammate Franco Gamba down in P11, so he'd like to be in the points, but a bit too far down. Franco received a 5-second penalty in Baku after the incident with Klaus and Kulasek, where he straight on drove into Vojta, which led him into a spin and then colliding with Alfred. So he dropped down 1 position, but he did score points anyway, and he will definitely be looking to score points this race as Andrew Glock improves his lap time, but it is no position gains for the American in the Sauber. So with 5 minutes to go in this qualifying, Rowan, Mohamed Patel sitting pretty there, a 131.8, 2 tenths clear of Evgy. Do you think he will be able to secure this pole, or do you think that anyone else will be challenging for the pole position here?
Well, I must admit, I am very I'm not really sure between FG and Patel who's gonna take it. To be honest, they're both really close and fighting for it right now. But we'll see. Who knows? Maybe Graf can pull something out of nowhere, or maybe Daniel for that matter. I don't think Johansson really has the pace. Same goes for Klaus. I don't think those two have the pace. So it's gonna be between the top 3 or top 4, I would say.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you on that. Jesper's pace seems to have faded quite a lot. I have no idea why, but he just doesn't have that same kick as he had as Wojtek Kurasek now goes P11. But yeah, he had that groove going on in everything after Australia, I'd say, when he picked up his first win in Bahrain, and then after that he kept quite a consistent groove. But I feel like these last two races were quite damaging to his pace. All the collisions with Darabos and everything, I'd say, really damaged his focus. But he's looking to get into that groove once again, I would presume. But Blake Moore, I'd say, out qualifying a Mercedes in a Williams is really good. When I'd say the Williams machinery would probably be around the fourth or fifth best car on the grid, while the Mercedes is first or second. Probably I'd say the Ferrari would be first, actually, as there is Mohammed Patel and I think Protsyuk in the Haas doing a bit, but Protsyuk letting the poleman Patel go, as there is FG behind, or no, sorry, Graf behind, also overtaking Protsyuk, as Johansson actually reclaims the P6 from Blake Moore. So yeah, he is back into the top 6. So it's very unusual for a midfield car to break the top 6, because the top 6 are usually Ferrari, Mercedes and Red Bull. So to see a midfield car in there is considered quite a good performance by me. But yeah, Johansson taking back the P6 by only a few hundredths of a second.
Yeah, by 46 hundredths of a second, indeed. Quite close. Blake Moore, 2/10 of the pole time, so I think that is definitely an improvement of his lap time. Then Rail Patel goes in a Renault into P9. Hey, good job.
That is, yeah, good job from Rahul to put a P9. But I must say, one person who's doing a very stellar job as well is Victor Albom, I must say, in the top 10 in his second ever outing for Haas, if we count preseason testing, as Josef Fredrik Suto now goes P11 and Lewis McIntyre improves it up into P16. But again, P11 still, that is really, really good for a guy who's only an F2 race winner. But he's performing incredibly well, and he's adapted to the car very quickly. So has Blake Moore, as FG improves his lap time, but it is not enough to secure pole. So Mohammed Patel and FG, the only two drivers to break the 132 barriers. Blake Moore up into P5 with that lap, as Graf goes P2 now, beats out FG there for P2. But wow, the major talking point there, Blake Moore beats out Alfred Klaus and race winner Jesper Johansson for P5. This man certainly has to be a rising star, I must say.
Yeah, we've seen the Williams car is definitely capable of doing amazing things, but out qualifying a Mercedes and a Red Bull is really something to write home about, especially in your first outing for the team. That's really a good performance from Blake Moore there.
Yeah, with Tempestini was quite good. Obviously, shame to see him leave the F1 paddock. Obviously, we don't want to see drivers leaving, but Blake Moore, I'd say, coming into this, he'd only driven in the Haas, but he had some standard results, obviously. P4 in Spain, that was, for Haas. That was really, really good from him.
So with
with 10 seconds remaining qualifying, here's Alfred Klaus trying to get past the Force India of, I believe, that is... Oh, as there's a bit of an oversteer moment for Patel, but MG, that is crucial. He secured pole just when qualifying finished. So, and there's Patel.
Lost
completely going over the sausage curves there. That's not going to give him the best run now coming through the line. Klaus improves into P5, knocks Blake Moore down to P6. As the question is now, who has made it over the line? Gamba looks to be on the lap. Giuseppe looks to be on the lap. As Andrew Glock goes up into P16. Glock is, I believe, the only driver to have not scored point. No, him and McIntyre are the only driver not to have scored points in the ACOC main tier yet. As Julius Iteti is on a lap. But is Mohammed Patel on? That is the crucial question.
I think now Patel finished already. I think the main thing that cost him is being stuck behind the Force India of whoever it was. And then he nearly lost it in Trusteau as well. Very stellar. Is that McIntyre?
That is an offer, McIntyre. But he makes it... I think that was in the few final chicanes. I think it was the Vale chicane it's called. But he's back onto the track. But there was no improvement from Chisetti and no improvement from McIntyre as well. With that off he had. As here's Johansson coming out of the pit lane. Blake Moore, as no, it wasn't on a lap, but it is Miran FG back on pole for the British Grand Prix.
So the fireworks as well, for whatever reason. They're back.
Yeah. But what a quali battle that was between MG and Patel. They certainly put up a show for us. Yeah. But now, let's get underway with the race, shall we? Miran FG on pole. Mohammed Patel in second. Can he do anything about that? Will he challenge into turn 1? And we are away for the British Grand Prix. As it is, everyone gets away quite well, but someone's going away incredibly well is Mohammed Patel. FG's had a horrible start. He's down into P, and I think, yeah, he's down into P3. Darbos Daniel goes ahead as well. Mohammed Patel takes the lead as Jesper Johansson has fallen back quite a lot. He's down into P8. He's swapping positions with Alexander Arnold, as there is Lewis McIntyre on Jolga. There's Franco Gamba down to P19, so he's lost out majorly in the start. As that is someone facing the wrong way, and that's Klaus. That is Alfred Klaus, and there seems to be quite a traffic blockage here, as Klaus seems unable to move. But that sees crucially Johansson out of the points, and Klaus out of the points too. So wow, that is certainly a traffic jam if I've ever seen one. But everyone has gotten away quite well. I guess there will be some form of yellow flags out there.
No, my main concern is the cars that are being stuck there. As there are quite a few cars there who couldn't get through there. As we see a lot of retirements out instantly there.
Yeah, that is 5 cars out. No. Yeah, 4 cars out on lap 1. That is a 4-car retire. I don't think we've ever had that many retirements. I guess in Formula E we did when that battery facade happened, but that is an alarming pace. But FG has... But let's focus on other things. FG, a very, very horrible start for him. Down to P3, so he's lost out quite a lot. But Mohammed Patel, what a start from him.
Yeah, really a rocket start.
Yeah, a rocket start for Mohammed Patel and Darbos Daniel as well. So he has done very, very good. Lewis McIntyre up into P12. Julius Heseti and Wojtek Kulasek, Victor Album, all 3 in the points. So Victor might actually be on course for points in his first ever F1 race. Now certainly this will attract some of the eyes that has definitely definitely will be sought after in the Haas team, because his duty or his performances right now still very impressive. I must say, even though it is a P7, as Miran FG now chasing down Darbos Daniel, but not doing quite a good job. His pace seems to have faded a bit after he's not being able to catch Darbos in the Mercedes. He's doing quite well, as his teammate Jesper Johansson is down in P13. But what bad luck Johansson has had for these past 3 races. Involved in lap 1 incident 2 of the 3 times, and in Baku he collided with his teammates. So he has had really, really bad luck, as Mohamed Patel now sets the fastest lap time, 133.3 I think it was. As Johansson now gets past Lewis McIntyre as they now head into the Vale chicane. So yeah, he's up into P12, and now 4.8 seconds to Ruslan Protsiuk in the Haas, as he clears the McLaren of McIntyre, as Mohamed Patel leads his home race. So the British fans are very, very excited. He's putting on a show for his home fans, and they will certainly be delighted, I must say.
Well, I wonder if Klaus spins on. It's very unusual to see someone make a mistake to really spin on its own in these cars. You know, as the rear tires are very big and all grippy and stuff. So it really seems like there must have been a bit of contact between Johansson and Klaus. But we need to see the replays for that.
We'll definitely check out. As here is the last place man, Franco Gamba. Not a very, very bad start for him, but hey, could have been worse. As he's now trying to catch up to Andrew Glock, the in the blue, gold, and white Sauber. But he has Mohamed Patel now onto lap 4, tops his fastest lap time, so he smashes that. Patel has really, really come into his own. I'd say at the start of the season, I was thinking that Klaus would be the main Red Bull driver, and Patel would just act as a bit of a number 2. But no, it's complete opposite. Klaus really has had a bit of an unfortunate races as well, but Patel really, really impressive performance from him.
So we see a bit of gaps form, to be honest. I wonder if Gamba and the fast Force India can come close to the Sauber of Glock, as the Sauber is not necessarily the fastest car from all. But I don't know if the Force India has perhaps potential damage or something for maybe an incident, something else. I think he was, Gamba was caught up in the start incident. I saw him run off the track in turn 1.
Yeah, then he might have had an accident with someone, so could be damage, but we're not sure. At least it is enough to run for him now, but he is having a bit of difficulties catching up to that Sauber. As we see the position changes now. Biggest gainers, Victor Albom up 4 places, Kulasek and Giuseppe 6 places, Protsiuk 7 positions. Oh. So that is... Wow, what a race for Ruslan. Definitely up from P18 to P11. Same goes for Kulasek and Giuseppe up into the points. Album up 4 positions. Alex Arnold 3 positions. Patel took the lead. Daniel up 2. FG down 2. Gross down 1. And Johansson down 5. So Jesper has really, really had a... quite a bad race, but we see the gaps to the leader here. As we can see, Gamba 42 seconds down already on the leader, but Mohamed Patel he smashed the his own lap time record like 3 times. Would you say that this is a sign of him pushing to try and build a gap, or is it just he's faster than everyone else on track at the moment?
I find it very tough to say. It's very early on to push. As we've seen tire troubles struck other drivers really often already this season. So it seems like a bit of a death trap to really push already in the lap. But we'll see. Maybe he knows more than we do.
Yeah. As here are the 2 point scorers. Here are 2 drivers currently in the points. Rahul Patel and Giulia Giuseppe. So the 2 Renaults are in the points, so that is very, very good for them. Giuseppe obviously only scored points in the season opener in Australia. Rahul Patel had some standout performances, but it wasn't anything big, as Johansson has now caught up to Ruslan Protsiuk So he's making good work of it. As
Patel.
here's Vinay Patel.
Looking for a place. Bounce to go.
And that is
That must hurt.
Yeah, that must have hurt for Patel. As with the front left, he went over the sausage curb, and he's look at that. He's lost massive amounts of time to Giuseppe in front. But hopefully there will be no damage on the Renault.
I think there might be no damage on the Renault, but I think he'll have some damage on himself, as he'll feel that tomorrow. That bump is really hard, and there's no like spring or something to compress your impact. It's just really a bunch of steel, a bunch of carbon fiber pieces that keep the wheels together. No spring to something. So yeah, it's really gonna hurt yourself there. You do it too hard.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, these cars are meant to push to the absolute limit, but here, Rahul Patel now, trying to catch up to Giuseppe, has made one major flaw, and that is the beast that is the Mercedes of Johansson from last place. I think it was at one point. No, I think it was P14 at one point. Or was it P15? I can't remember. Somewhere around there. Now up to P11, and now trying to get back into the points as he's now chasing down the Renault of Rahul Patel. As he's gaining on him. Might there be an overtake here coming into Brooklands as he goes on the inside and makes easy work of the Renault up into P10, and now puts the Toro Rosso. Oh, and they've actually made contact there as Johansson went in quite deep. And hit the rear end of Giuseppe, but neither of the two cars look to have any damage, and they carry on as usual. But that was a quite strange incident, and Giuseppe did very, very well to hold off us. Oof, that is Johansson also mounting the curb. But yeah, they seem to have gone away quite unscathed, actually. Giuseppe did very well to hold that Toro Rosso. But it will be hard for a Toro Rosso to defend from a factory Mercedes, as it is a young bull versus a silver arrow. But Johansson did not really take that corner quite well, as they now head down into the first. Yeah, this is Cops, right? Yeah. Now onto these legendary corners, left, right corners, Maggots and Beckett's.
You're gonna try that?
And yeah, you don't try and move there, Jesper, as he backs out of it. Coming into Chapel now, onto the Hangar Straight, the Hamilton Straight. Johansson gets a better run on Giuseppe, sails past the Toro Rosso, and goes up into P9. I must say, for what he has available, Johansson is doing quite good.
Now I wonder if Seti can hold Patel behind us. He must have had some kind of rear diffuser damage there. That the bump there from Johansson seems really harsh there, and I wonder if the stewards will look into it, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely a post-race investigation from the stewards if Giuseppe's Toro Rosso will have picked up any damage, but for now everyone looks to carry on as usual. But Giuseppe will now have to play the defensive game to Rahul Patel behind in that red and black Renault.
Yeah, black.
I think I may have a slight issue. I think I may have a slight issue of colorblindness, but yeah, I meant to say yellow. I think my brain just shut off and I said red. But here is Franco Gamba, gets close the gap to Andrew Glock, but Andrew is holding him off quite well, actually. But Franco must be frustrated in that Force India, as Mohammed Patel, the gap to Darbo Daniel is 4 seconds. That is incredible. So I'd say, might Mohammed Patel be on course for the first ever Grand Slam in the ACOC history?
I don't know yet, as I think as Patel's really dropping pace right now. I think he was his last lap was 7/10 slower than Daniel, so we'll see if he can keep his performance up.
actually, if it was, then maybe Patel might have been pushing too hard on the first few laps to build a gap to Daniel, and now he's gonna have to do a bit of tire management to keep Darabos behind. And
Just look at the front right there. You see a big stripe there.
oof, yeah,
That doesn't seem too good to me. As you can see, his chase in the background. So yeah, very interesting how this will play out for Patel.
definitely. I'd say if things finish as they are, I'd say Muhammad would have a really good chance at throwing himself or throwing his hat into the ring. As here is Jesper Johansson going past Kulasek for P8. So Jesper really on a charge here to get back, to claw himself back into those points. But yeah, I'd say Muhammad, by winning this race, could really throw his hat into the ring and the challenge for the championship, as he's now P4 in the championship at the moment. Same goes for Darabos Daniel with the Ferraris 3rd and 4th. This could be a very good equalizer in the championship. Will definitely bring everyone closer together and create a closer championship field.
As meanwhile, Gamba still is in the second P15. It's very must be very annoying for him, because he knows the Force India is faster, but you know, with damage already gonna be, you already have a limitation. Especially Silverstone there, where mechanical grip is everything. Yeah, I wonder, as we can see, Gamba's 2/10 faster, but then get around it as well. That's also a major issue.
Yeah, definitely. Franco not doing quite well in down in P15, but his teammate Alexander Arnold 10 positions up in P5. That would be a really good result for Force India. As a bit of a lag there, but here is Miran Energy trying to close down the gap on Darabos Daniel, but Darabos has been holding off Miran quite well, as Mohamed Patel now sets the fastest lap once again.
5/10 faster than his
so
chases.
I think might have been a I think it might have been a bit of a mistake maybe on that lap.
Maybe battery management, who knows. What I know is that Gamba is still in the backside of Glock. And he fans to run past him, but yeah, he's in the slipstream, but I wonder if the slipstream can really give him anything right now. So far back.
Yeah, yeah, it's kinda weird, and it's at the same time, yeah, you can really see there, look, the nose of that Force India, that is really gonna ruin the slipstream, or the drag. That's really gonna add to the drag that's being generated on that Force India, and that's definitely gonna ruin it quite a lot, because these cars are built in a way that maximizes downforce and minimizes drag. So one small disturbance could really ruin how the entire car handles, and Gamba must be having quite a lot of issues with that at the moment.
So here we go from Wellington straight. Left-handed late braking there. As there you can see here, look how often he has to turn in. Like he can't turn in instantly to and the car then reacts. No, it's really unstable on the front end. So that front wing is definitely holding him back. Here on the main track, here is what a Mercedes power unit can maybe compensate a bit towards the Sauber, but it's not enough. As here, right-hander again now, Maggots and Baggots. But you really want to have a good front end, and he just doesn't have it, it seems.
Yeah, the Maggots and Beckett will be understeer city for Franco Gamba, as yeah, you can just see, as you said, how much he turns in. It's really goes to show how a minor little displacement can make so much difference. As Real Patel is now all over the back of Giulio Tisetti, but Rahul trying to get as close he can but not enough for a move yet. As yeah, it is bit of a stalemate between these two, a battle that has been going on for a few laps. So this will be the battle for points, and who will get it? Kolasek will still score points, I believe, should everything go on as planned. But yeah, that is it. But strange, 4 retirements. That's a record retirement in the main tier ACOC, correct? Or at least equal, because I remember Bahrain had quite a lot of retirements as well, but that came later in the race. But that must be the biggest lap 1 incident we've had.
Yep. But so far, the race itself is doing alright. It's not like they have major issues of one certain part of the track, as we saw in Baku, for example, where they kept brushing the wall. So that's doing alright, which because it doesn't really disturb the race anymore. So we just have a little less, have less competitors, but not that we have damaged cars running all over the place.
Yeah, Baku was a bit of an unstable track, obviously, considering that it is a modded track, so it is not available in the original Assetto Corsa game. This track, however, is fully available in the Assetto Corsa game, so you could download Assetto Corsa and just start playing this track without any mod installation. So this track runs very well with AI. It is laser scanned, and it has a bunch of AI lines pre-made by the developers of this game, Kuno Simulazioni. Next race, however, is the Hungaroring, and that one is a mod track, so the AI might not be as fast, but I do definitely think that we will be treated to a very, very good race nonetheless. But let's stop going into technical details and let's focus on the race. Gap 2, which is that he has dropped. Patel is now 1 second behind the Toro Rosso. As there in the background, you can just see Ruslan Protsiuk in the Haas P12. Protsiuk's teammate Album in P7. Obviously, Protsiuk, the man that replaced Album last minute. As here's Franco Gamba.
Gonna try there with a broken front wing. I'd say as Glock goes off the track there. Still alongside, but he yields there. As you're not gonna do anything in Baggets either, so he has to let him run. And yeah, Glock now took over the last spot.
You could really tell Gamba was desperate to get that move done. I mean, he forced Glock off the track and everything. So, yeah. Well, I mean, at least he got the move done, I suppose, to bring him up. But that is way, way too long time he spent behind Glock. And look where he is now, 9.6 behind Lewis McIntyre. But which drivers DNF to that, I wonder? Parachki, Simpson, Klaus, and who more?
I think that's it.
Jolga, yeah.
I will miss it.
Those were the 4 DNFers.
Well,
so
5. Because we have 15 runners.
Oh yeah, I can't count.
No, mistakes happen. Don't worry about it. As we see, we're in FC. I saw it in the bottom left there, I think. Or was it Patel who someone put in the fast lap again? I think. Must have been Patel.
Yeah, no idea who it was really, but it won't matter too much.
Look at the gap between Daniel and Mohammed Patel. I just realized.
That is, yeah, Mohammed is actually doing really, really good. Would you say that he would be a good championship contender to challenge FG at the top?
Yeah, for sure, but he has to keep running as well. It's not like you can compete 3 races properly and then the rest of them is just getting beaten all over the place. So he has to keep his groove right now. That's the most important thing for Patel.
Definitely. Jesper Johansson proved that. You know, he had a really, really good start, or a good start to the season. He won in Bahrain, he won in the Nürburgring, took pole in Spain, and then the luck just went for him. But he is doing quite a good recovery drive, I must say. We don't see a lot of recovery drives in the ACOC, at least from what we've seen. It's just that they crash and then they're last for the entire race, and they don't really go back up much. But Jesper is proving that wrong, and he is fighting up the positions, as here he is behind the Haas of Victor Hallbom. So
that's another fast lap. Just it's 5/10 faster than Daniel. I don't know if Daniel has some kind of problem or something, but he's really not having the pace, Daniel. As in the meantime, I think we Patel at some point might stumble upon some back markers actually, which is quite early considering there's 20 laps to go still.
Could we wait? Hold on. Could we check the gaps statistics real quick? As we see here, yes, Andrew Glock 1 minute 16 behind Mohammed Patel, the gap to the leader. So a few around like 20 seconds more, and Mohammed will start encountering traffic in a race with only 15 runners, which is really strange actually. And as you said, this early.
I'm trying to figure out how much Patel's the pace difference between Patel and Glock, as they're 1:17. There might have been 1 sector, so Glock is really losing out as well. So Patel really needs to think about that before he ruins another race, like in the Nürburgring race, leading comfortably with Daniel chasing as well. So really, he really has to think about himself, as another fast lap from Patel.
Mohammed is absolutely crushing it. He definitely does not need to do this, but he is. I mean, I'd say the victory is almost certain for him. But what a way to please the British crowd, I must say. As Johansson now gets past Victor Albom, that is, into the Vel chicane. It goes. Oh, that is Albom going over the sausage curve. That must hurt. But Albom is down into P8. Johansson is up into P7. He was P14. Now he's up into P7. What a drive from him, I must say. Definitely showing that he has still got it. But he is 9 seconds now, the gap to Blake Moore. So it'll be a miracle if he somehow overtakes Moore for P6. But here is our leader.
His starting position.
Yeah, he is actually. As Mohammed Patel 7.5. I mean, he's just showing off at this moment, isn't he? But it's a really impressive drive from this young British man, number 33 in the Red Bull. No one would really have expected him to be the dominant Red Bull. Everyone would think that it would be Klaus, but look, he even smashes the fastest lap once again. It was a 10th faster. He's just trying to beat his own lap time. It gives me very 2013 Vettel vibes, I must say, where he was so dominant, he just tried to beat his own lap times for fun during the race.
As in the meantime, I've seen that Patel really laps 3 seconds faster than Andrew Glock, so that's really, so if we do the match properly, that would be 10 laps before 10 laps. No, actually 8 laps before the end, he would encounter Glock there, and that's still, well, no, within 8 laps he encounters Glock, then he has 10 laps to still get along with the traffic. So a really big chance coming up, as we know how stubborn traffic can be.
Yeah, traffic has played a major role in a bunch of these races, both in Australia and the Nürburgring. We've seen lead changes due to traffic. Alfred Klaus went into the gravel after he was stuck behind Andrew Glock, and he tried a very desperate lunge and it didn't work. Nürburgring, Mohammed Patel was trying to get past Enis Parachki in the McLaren, and he didn't. He was stuck behind the McLaren. That allowed Darboz to close the gap, and he tried to move on Muhammad, and they both collided. And Patel was went off track and couldn't get the car running again. But now I don't think Patel will have a problem with traffic. Hopefully.
In the meantime, we're checking out Blake more, and I've been looking at the side pods. There's a lot of scratches there, and I think his left side pod is even worse. We can have a look at it. Let's see, it should be here. I can see a lot of scratching there. Nearly the whole sponsorship is just grayed out. They might want to ask the money back again for, because the sponsorship is just not showing anymore. But,
yeah, but
a lot of contact there. It must have been, so that might have effect on his performance. As it seems like there's also a front wing that is has had some type of touching. Only the wing seems clean.
Yeah, he's lost about a second to Alex Arnold in P5. But yeah, he is. I mean, I'd say nonetheless, even if he gets overtaken by Johansson, P7 will still be a very impressive. P6, P7 for his first race ever at Williams. That's really good. And here is Rahul Patel still trying to chase down Giulia Cisetti, and Ruslan Protsiuk still behind. So yeah, and Mohammed Patel, the gap has now increased to 8.6. He is, I mean, you can tell he's been looking forward to Silverstone, haven't we? He's absolutely been preparing for this.
Yep. And look at what we see there in the foreground.
Oh,
that's something he might not look forward to.
Yeah, maybe a bit of flashbacks when it comes to traffic for Patel, but hopefully he'll be able to clear this traffic as soon as he can. Silverstone is a wide track, a lot of overtaking opportunity, so traffic might not pose that big of a problem here.
I mean, we thought the same in Spain, but then we remember all the chaos there with the back markers.
Yeah, that is true.
They can't find the pace to overtake Zet either.
Yeah, Rahul is just... I'd say they're both equally matched on pace, and they aren't really, you know, that far away from each other. So it's kind of hard when you're equal to gain or lose a gap. So they've just been stuck behind each other, or they've just been close to each other the entire race. So yeah, that's the that's a bit of a group they're forming.
Yeah, look at that, Prochoik also coming closer.
Yeah, the Russian in the Haas, as he is, number 8 Haas, a Russian in an American team, trying to chase down Rahul Patel in the Renault.
I think it seems like Prochoik is able to close down easier on Patel, but I don't know. I think Patel might have to is better at watching his mirrors and focusing ahead right now, because Prochoik is coming for him.
That is true. Protsiuk, who has scored a total of let me check, but a total of 8 points in the Haas, which is not that bad considering the people ahead of him. So if Patel, Patel and
already back marker.
Oh, yeah, that is
going slowly actually. It is, and Patel's past her already.
That's a good callback. So yeah, Glock going slowly. Wonder if we've heard that before. But yeah, Patel might be approaching Gamba quite shortly, I'd say, but there is still quite a long way up the road to get to Franco. but definitely this will be a race to forget for Franco Gamba. So yeah, he'll just be looking to bring the car home and move on to the next race. As yeah, not really much going on this race. I must have said the lap one was very hectic, but other than that, it's been a very dominant race for Mohammed Patel. He's just been able to hold. I mean, if it's a pole position, fastest lap, and every lap's led, and I think this will be the first Grand Chelem ever scored in the ACOC. So this will certainly go into the history books as the first ever Grand Chelem performed by a driver in the ACOC.
As I think Patel not thinking about slowing down, even though you might need to manage the engine at some point. As at some point you very need to run out, I'd say. Very solid pace, and he really found his groove after Nürburgring.
He really did, I must say. I'd say it could have been much further up the championship standings had it not been for his DNF at the Nürburgring, but still very good nonetheless, and he has proved to the F1 paddock that he is a force to be reckoned with. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to what he can do there. So that was a bit of a lock-up from him, but that won't cost him anything. As we can see there, just in the camera, just ahead there, the pink car of Franco Gamba. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to what Mohammed Patel can do in the following races, and if he can put up the fight to Milan Evji in the championship standings now, as Jesper Johansson is quite far down in the championship standings. We're from P1 at one point to P5, which is definitely quite sad for him. But he's done a good recovery drive, although it's not the points he would have hoped for. It's still good nonetheless, and he has driven quite well. As
there. Right,
yeah, there is the next car that Mohammed has to get ahead of. Darvos Daniel, the gap to the leader now, almost 10 seconds. I mean, this guy, come on. It's he's really, it's like he's driving on a completely another level here at Great Britain. I mean, it is certainly impressive.
I wonder how his tires will hold out either, and what I also wonder is how eager Gamba is to move out of the way. He must be frustrated in that crash helmet of his, and yeah, I wonder how happy he will be to be left in the Force India. As we see him there, I think he'll just about meet him, either pass him at Hangar Straight, but here we have already dirty air. You're gonna feel it also in Maggots and Baggots, so this might not be the most ideal place for Patel to hit Gamba.
Yeah, Patel, just gonna want to keep it safe, honestly. It doesn't matter if he loses time behind Franco. He's 10 seconds to Darvos Daniel behind, so he can just take it easy. As here he goes for the move on the inside.
And so
Franco surely gonna let him pass, and he does. So into Stowe, and he
look
overtakes.
What we have here then.
And there is Darvos Daniel. Yeah, getting past.
Daniel passed, but also Miran Evju is catching up again. Johansson here must have tried something, as on the back of
what? He's closed the gap. It was 10 seconds to Blake Moore, and now it's only 6/10. Okay, I'm
sweet Johansson back at it again.
Definitely.
I see here. Mercedes power units, Mercedes power units. Both damaged cars, I'd say. I wonder if Johansson, as you can see, the turn in there wasn't really the most grippy either.
Jesper, no relation to Stefan Johansson, but he is certainly going fast indeed. No relation to Ronnie Peterson as well, but we have nicknamed him the Super Swede. And he's really showing his capabilities at the moment as he's gone from P14 to P7. Now, will it be P6 as he's catching the Williams of Moore? As he was very lucky to not hit the curb there, just barely. But it was a bit of a bad line, and I think Blake will have the better slipstream, or the better run coming into the Wellington Straight. Now into Brooklands, the left-hander, and onto Luffield, the right-hander.
Really deep there.
Yeah. Now on to Woodcote, and then the
Ops corner. Yeah, gonna try it on the inside there and not will damage car. And he doesn't this time. I mean, it loses your time, but who cares? It's saver. Oh, she made a crash happen before in Cops with a Mercedes on the inside.
As one certain T-boss said, you do not stick a wheel up the inside of Cops. But
you do it or so then. Here he comes, and he sails past the Williams there, as if it's not there.
Moore's actually putting up a really good fight on the inside, but he's not going to be able to hold for quite a long while as Johansson gets it done into Stowe, up into P6. Super Swede Johansson. As here is me and FG. He's lost a lot of time
I think it was to Glock. As, again, a slow driving Glock, really not having a Ferrari. Well, what can we say? Just
has Patel encountered traffic, I wonder? If you could check the gaps to the...
Yeah, he went past McIntyre and Gamba.
Has Daniel got past... check Darabos Daniel in P2.
Yeah, he's about to encounter the False India, I think. So yeah. So we have Gamba. You see him in the background. He's
actually catching up to Lewis McIntyre, so Darabos.
The real trouble for Patel starts when he starts to lap Protshuk, I think, and Rail Patel and Tzetti.
Oh yeah, that is gonna be hard. You do not want to lap two cars that are battling each other, because that is
been before.
Yeah, you do not want to do that, because that is just absolute chaos. Because the two cars who are being lapped, they have to fight each other, and then they have to let another person pass. So it is a bit of a game of chess, you'd say. It's very strategical.
It's also about the way you hit the traffic as well. Like if you hit them in the maggots and maggots, you really just you're just a sitting duck for all the traffic in the mean. But if you hit them in Wellington Straight, Hanger Straight, or the one before Cops, then you're not in the worst place. Well, maybe before Cops, but you just do not want to encounter them before maggots and maggots.
Yeah, it's a bit of an art to slicing through traffic, it must be said. But 9 laps remaining in this British Grand Prix. Mohammed Patel led every lap, holds the fastest lap, and started from... No, right, he didn't start on pole, so it can't be a Grand Chelem. I apologize for that.
We tried.
Yeah. Alexander Arnold, good result from him. Or not result, the race isn't over yet. Alex Arnold in P5, so it will be good for him. Blake Moore, first ever outing for Williams, will score points as well, P7. And Victor Albom, his first ever F1 race in P8. So that will be 4 points for the Dane, as he will score good points as well.
Now I wonder one thing, if Johansson can catch up as easily to Arnold, as I think Mercedes is really coming close to the Force India. As look at what we see here for Mohammed Patel. Let's get here the visor cam for a sec. You can see the traffic there. Ahead. Not what you want as Patel being. You can really see the drive working here. Now you can already see the 3 cars there. Now Max he really has a lot of dirt here to push through.
Oh, this is gonna be hard for Mohammed. Doesn't really matter about losing time. He's just gonna want to hope that he gets past these cars unscathed. As here is the first one, Ruslan Protsiuk, in the Haas, as now they head into or head out from Stowe, should I say?
Not
into the Vale chicane. No, you do not try a move there.
Awarded. Not 20 as a lap driver, you have a gap of 11 seconds.
Now onto the start-finish straight. The Hamilton straight is called now. As into Abbey and now Farm.
Farm could be a place, but he's not doing it. Going to straight is then a safe choice, of course. But Patel really losing out right now as the gap starts to shrink now a bit, I think. Unless Daniel is hitting traffic, which he just got past. But I think he's encountering McIntyre. So in the background, FG is losing out, so it's really just traffic paradise, as a famous Japanese driver once said. We now see the top 3 struggling through traffic.
Yeah, Patel will definitely be the person who loses least from this, because he's leading by quite a sizable gap, and yeah, it won't be that much of an issue for him, but he'll still want to get past these cars as soon as possible.
As the gap already shrunk.
Yeah, the gap to Darabos, as here he goes on the Wellington Straight. This is
round the outside for Stowe.
Oh yeah, it's sorry, I get straight confused. But that is Protsiuk cleared, so that is 1 down, 2 to go for Mohammed Patel. Oh, and he actually gets a bit of airtime there. Launches his Red Bull into the air. And
Gamba goes wheel to wheel there with FG. Gamba on the inside, FG on the grass, and there's
and contact, and Gamba is round. And Franco Gamba is round, and he looks to have stopped his Force India grinding to a halt, and I think that will be the end for Franco Gamba's British Grand Prix run.
He didn't go too well anyways, but this
now the question is, does FG have side pod damage? As
that's a real question. They're around the outside. You really need a lot of traction there.
Yeah, he's too far away, so he's now gonna have to clear Rahul Patel, who is a second behind Giuseppe still. As FG now.
FG.
Yeah,
there's some scratches there, and I wonder if the radiator might have some leaks or something. The radiators are very, very sensitive, and you do not want any type of overheating in your engine. It will cost you so much performance. If you're really unlucky, the slippery stuff will come out of your radiator. Should not trying outside. He does it actually there.
Wow,
mirror on FG. Bravo there.
How on earth? That was a really, really good move. As here is Mohammed Patel getting past the other Patel, Rahul Patel. I said Patel too many times in that sentence, but Mohammed gets past Rahul, and Patel. Now it is only now it is only Giulia Cisetti to clear,
and Kulasek ahead,
and yeah, Wojtek Kulasek as well. So it's a bit of an yeah, as you said, as one Japanese drivers once said, traffic paradise. But at least Mohammed is not getting bored, so he is still overtaking people, even though it is slower cars. As here is Jesper Johansson. He's cleared Blake Moore.
Yeah, as that he goes over the curb. You're flying anyways, mate. Why not take the curb? Maybe you take off. You could try.
Yeah. I mean, he's 10 seconds. What was it? 14, 15 seconds. To Arnold, nothing for Jesper. He cleared that easily. Look, he's under a second now to Alex Arnold, and he's gonna get P5 in this race. I mean, wow. Well, I mean, you really have to give it up for Jesper. That is a really, really good performance from him.
Spato got past Cisetti there. Now onto the under the rear wing of Kulasek he is. But there you can see Darabas Daniel coming in. I wonder if Daniel has the same confidence going through traffic. We know Patel is fast, but can... oh! I mean, Red Bull gives you wings, but not in that way, I guess.
Yeah, I think Mohammed might be taking it a bit too literally, but other than that, he is trying to catch up to Kulasek, but his efforts have proven unfruitful, as the gap has actually closed by 5 seconds, but it won't matter since I don't think as here's Jesper Johansson on the inside into Stowe on Alex Arnold. They're really close, but
she pushes him off there. Now around the outside there, that's gonna be a tough without contact. There Arnold takes the bump. They really like the bump there, it seems. When you're on the inside, they just ride it like a ramp there.
Luckily, they did not make contact there, unlike FG and Gamba.
Yep.
But Johansson is now up into P5. And that's better than his starting position. How? And he was P14 once.
This time, Baggage, you're not gonna try that. Mohammed not on the back marker there, yeah. I wonder what you're trying there. If you... I mean, no heroics there, I would say. I mean, normally it's no heroics to do Xanth up, but this time it's no heroics on Maggots and Baggage. There's no reason to do it, man.
I guess if FG did it on McIntyre, he could do it on Kulasek, but yeah, McLaren is much slower, but yeah. He tried, and I feel like that would have ended in contact, I'm afraid. But
yeah,
other than that, yeah, okay, yeah, we'll just ignore that. As here is Darabos Daniel. He's closed down the gap quite significantly to Mohammed, but I don't think he will catch.
That's coming in play is Miran FC also. So I would definitely not zip away from the last few laps so far. As we're not done yet. There's nothing. There are no points given yet. It's the best way to put it.
Yeah, no points are given yet. There are still 3 laps to go in this British Grand Prix. Things are heating up. Some surprises about Victor Album. P8 in his first ever race. The chat very surprised for that as well. Etalan commenting Album in all caps and a lot of exclamation marks, showing
here
excitement
on the inside of Stowe, a Red Bull on the inside of Stowe makes it this time. I think, yeah, he is.
Cops, wasn't it?
Well, it was Cops indeed, yeah, you're right. But he makes it pass anyways. And we see Darabos Daniel now having to encounter traffic. Same goes for FG. And it's really gonna affect you as being Daniel. Is there around the outside? No. On the inside, there's switches on the inside. Well, a little dummy there. There on the inside, there's one car done.
Great overtaking from Darabos, I must say.
That was as well.
Completely sold the dummy on Protstyuk and got past really easily.
We've seen before on the hanger straight where someone dummies someone really well. That goes by the name Nelson Piquet, being dummied by his own teammate Nigel Mansell. But this time it is Darabos Daniel on Protstyuk. Really a good dummy there, a really class one.
Yeah, as now Daniel has to get past Rahul Patel, but FG is now encountering traffic as well, and FG's really lost a second behind or he's lost a second to Darabos behind traffic. As here goes
on the inside,
here goes Daniel on the outside now, heading into
I think that's it. There he runs wide there actually.
Wow, how on earth did he held that? He had dipped the tire in the gravel and he kept on going full speed.
Someone must remind the drivers that it's for Formula 1, not a rally car, which you can run over any sort of bump and gravel.
But that is
for everything.
That is real bravery from Darabos, honestly. These are really brave drivers. FG to overtake a lapped car through Maggots and Beckett and actually pulling it off. Darabos dipping a tire to the gravel and just completely going it. As here now, FG closing down on the other Ferrari powered car of Protsiuk into Stowe. He lines alongside the Russian.
He tried earlier with Gamba, and there's more contact.
Oh no!
No.
And there goes Protsiuk, and he's up in the P12, and that's a complete mirror of. And yeah, he's retired as well. Oh no! And that is Protsiuk out as well, and that is identical. That is uncanny to the incident that Franco Gamba and FG had, and that sees another car out of the British Grand Prix, and I think this will be a record number of retirements in the British Grand Prix series. Darrell Daniel getting past Giulio Cisetti, as FG has closed the gap a bit now to Darrell, as he's stuck behind the Toro Rosso.
So I wonder, I don't think Patel will hit more traffic, but Daniel and FG will for sure. And I wonder who will overtake one first. It's gonna be FG or Daniel. Who knows? That's Daniel, and we know he's brave. But on the inside of somewhere in Magazine Bags, there's really a place you have to think through. And now, yeah, he really has to stamp the brakes there, actually.
Yeah, look at that. He's all over the back of the Toro Rosso, but he is trying his best to get past the Toro Rossos. Now they head back the hangar straight. You can see that the message from race control. Ruslan Protsiuk, driver 16, retired. As there was standing on the inside, just pulls out the move, and in a complete echo of that move, same does Mira and FG.
They really copy each other there right now.
Yeah, and they both get past their lap cars. Darboz now has no more left car. Or no, he does have Kulasek to clear, but FG now has Cisetti to clear as well. And Kulasek is he's gonna send it. No, he isn't. He tried the move on Cisetti, but there was just not enough space to get past there. But he wants to clear Julia as best as he can to not lose time to Davos. Here goes Lines alongside the Toro Rosso on the inside, but Cisetti looks at the better traction. She's gonna have the inside line now. Coming into Luffield, I think this is, but FG with the better car, and dips down to go as well, and overtakes, as there's Davos Daniel, avoid the Kulasek into Cops. Oh, that was really close.
That was on. So look, there's a sole leader, Mohammed Patel.
And, yeah, he is. Let's stay with Patel for quite a while. 36 laps this man has led. Fastest lap, 36 laps, 12-second lead from this man as he rounds the Vale chicane and club for the final time. It is 2 in a row for this man as Mohammed Patel wins the British Grand Prix, and what a drive from the Brit to win in front of his home crowd. And from that I say bravo.
Bravo, we'll give that man a round of applause. Daniel P2. FG, about to finish P3. Dennis Graf in the background there. Well,
Dennis Graf comes on. Darbos Daniel comes on P2. FG and Graf P3 and P4 respectively. And Jesper Johansson will come home in P5. That is one position up from his qualifying result. And I mean, wow, what a drive from Johansson. If there was a Drive of the Day award, it would certainly go to him, I must say. Alex Arnold will finish P6, and Blake Moore, in his first ever race for Williams, will finish P7, as he will cross the line shortly. And keep the applauses going for Victor Albom. Points in his first ever race for Haas. Race winner in F2, and now point scorer in Formula 1 in only his first ever race, his second outing in the Haas car. But wow, that was certainly a very, very exciting race.
Truly was.
But Mohammed Patel makes it 2 in a row in the ACOC, the first ever driver to win consecutively in the ACOC. So congratulations to Mohammed on yet another win. Sarah Daniel in P2 and Miran Evji in P3. But certainly it has been a very, very good race. But I think we'll call it here for today. But yeah, a very, very exciting race it's been. Congratulations, Mohammed Patel and Red Bull on the home victory. But this will be it. Thank you for watching. And we will be back tomorrow for Formula E. But for now, it is goodbye. And see you tomorrow when the ACOC returns